Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Yoga with April. If you're new, of course, take a look around. I try to create videos that are anywhere between 5 minutes and the theme lately has been like 40-ish minutes. So anywhere between 5 minutes to 40 minutes, you should be able to find a video on my channel that suits your needs for the practice that you are looking for today. And if you've been around, what's up? Good to see you again. Thanks for coming. We're gonna make this one all about our lower body, and we're only going to need 2 blocks for that. So go ahead and grab your 2 blocks if you don't have them. And per usual, hair is just whatever the hair is, because I already taught this morning. My top is Sanita. Everyone always asks me about this, and they have been sold out forever. I actually don't know if they're gonna bring them back, but I really like their tops. So I'll link maybe just another favorite of mine down below as well that somewhat resembles this, probably not with only the one strap, but you know. And my comfy shorts are from Uber Water. I've been partnering with them for like almost 2 years now, so they're a super cool brand. I'll link them down here as well. They're actually sponsoring my yoga retreat at the end of the month with some water for us in Joshua Tree, so that would be super rad too. And as always, all the things, all the updates, they'll be down below as well. August is going to be a really cool month. I have my business partner and I, we have been working behind the scenes a lot on a few things that we're going to introduce to 2025 and just kind of diving in a little bit deeper to what we have been working on. So we can't wait to share more with you on that towards the end of the month here too. But yeah, so we're gonna do our lower body, and we're gonna make this one 20 minutes. Like that is we're all working on stuff, right? And I wholeheartedly feel like I'm working on shortening my classes, but I just love them so much and always have so much to say as well that 20 minutes turns into 40 minutes in like 2 seconds somehow. But not today. We have about a good 20-ish minutes of some lower body love. And I think at the end, I'm going to give you the choice to do, or maybe I'll link just something to open up the heart space a little bit, open up the chest. We'll still do some twists and some turns, but most of the focus here will be on our lower body. And a light bulb just went off because I know I have the upper body shoulders yoga class too. So maybe I'll pair that down below as well if you're wanting to get a little bit into the upper body today here too. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Grab your blocks. And the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna start in butterfly pose. We're gonna be in butterfly pose for a little bit. So I want you to bring your blocks with you as well and just place them kind of to the side. So with butterfly pose, since we're gonna be here for a little bit, I don't want you to find your deepest sensation. So I don't want the heels as close to the thighs as they can get, or I don't even want them as close as you typically get them. I want you to intentionally bring some space in between the heels, in between the thighs. So when you're looking down in between that space, it's probably making more so of like a diamond shape here. Once you find more space in between the thighs and the heels, that's when I want you to grab your blocks. Test out the sizes, test out the height here rather. So I like mine on the second height. I find that that's a really good happy medium for me to kind of still feel my hips opening up, but I still have some support here below. You could have yours on the higher setting, right? And you could also have yours on the lowest setting. I just want you to invite some support into your practice for me, pretty please. So once you do find that space, then we'll start to settle. With this butterfly pose being a little bit more mellow to start, that gives you some more freedom with your upper body. So you might feel really nice just sitting up nice and tall, tucking your chin towards your chest, letting your hands kind of rest comfortably on your knees, maybe on top of your thighs. And then eventually, if you start feeling a little strain in your neck, you can always tuck your chin towards your chest here too. Remember to unclench the jaw when you find your chin tucking towards your chest and bring a focus on the back of your neck. I find a really, really good release towards the back of my neck, especially when I unclench my jaw. Sorry, Fields, I gotta teach. So of course, with the chin tucked towards the chest, we're kind of losing our posture here, so to speak. And I think it's okay, especially for a butterfly pose, one of the only poses that we encourage you to round your spine anyways. So go ahead and bring a rounding sensation to the spine if that makes you feel good and if that lets you focus on our lower half, because that's what we're here for today. So whether you're sitting up nice and tall or whether you're finding more of that slouch position, try to shut down your eyes. When you shut down your eyes, start to tune into your sensations, tune into your breath here. Give yourself a moment to actually invite a breath into your space, a breath that you're aware of. And when you find those exhales, bring some intention with your exhales. Let them get nice and slow. Let them feel nice and heavy through the lower body. And once you take an actual moment to reset yourself, to find your breath, try to bring elongation to the inhales and the exhales. So providing an elongation to your breath in and to your breath out will give you the chance to quite literally rewire the nervous system, so to speak. With each breath you find here, welcoming yourself into your practice space, remind yourself you're exactly where you need to be. Finding the movements that you need today, taking what you need from this class and leaving what you don't. Remember the uniqueness you bring into your practice, so let that shine throughout the movements, throughout the poses, throughout the breaths that we find today together. And just to collectively find our practice space here with one another, let's do one round of our box breathing. So you're going to go ahead and start on empty. And then find that first breath in through your nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. You pause. Now find that nice slow exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay empty. Hold this empty space. 4, 3, 2, 1. Big breath in. Fill up, fill up, fill up. Feel your spine. Find length. And then exhale, let it go. Good. Hopefully this man just finds something to do for the next, 15 minutes. So if you are comfortable in this butterfly pose and don't want to move, I don't blame you. Don't move. But if you're wanting to add some more depth after mellowing into that butterfly pose we found together, go ahead and either remove the blocks and bring the heels closer to the thighs, or maybe just remove the blocks and keep the feet just as is. So depending on what feels best for you, I like to grab the inner arches of my feet. So my thumbs are grabbing the inner arches. I'm going to find some buoyancy in my elbows as I pull my chest through. Invite your gaze up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, you're tucking that chin toward your chest, trying to round the spine. Now, depending on where you land with this more depth of a butterfly pose that we're finding, your elbows, they might actually be able to rest comfortably inside your knees or kind of just outlining your shins here, so to speak. If that's a space that you're finding yourself in, you could always gently pulse up and down through the torso, giving yourself a little personal assist in this butterfly pose. Now, if you can't quite get the elbows inside the knees, that is totally okay, but you're still wanting a deeper depth with your butterfly pose, more of a personal assist, you could call this. Bring your, I like to do my left forearm. Left forearm comes on my left knee. I'm like, what is my forearm again? And then when you find that push of your left forearm inside your left knee, gently place your right hand on your right knee and go ahead and encourage your torso to kind of look up towards the ceiling, towards that right side. Now, once you find that rotation through your torso, then I want you to add some more pressure into your right hand, but only enough that it feels good, right? So this shouldn't hurt. They shouldn't be like really uncomfortable. If anything, you should be feeling that outer right hip, finding some more space. And just sit here, find a breath or two. And of course, like I said, this is only for the folks who have trouble getting your knees or your elbows inside of your knees, rather. And we're going to gently switch that out. So place your right forearm somewhere on your right shin, your right leg. Start with just a gentle placement of your left hand on your left knee. Invite your torso to gaze up towards that left side, so kind of pushing into your right forearm. And then add some more pressure into that left hand if you need it. I like to, again, just remind us to gaze up, so your chest will go up here as well. Of course, this class is more so about the lower half, but still feels nice to bring some integrity to our torso here too. Good, we're all gonna come back towards center. Bring your hands right back to where they were with your first butterfly pose, whether it was inside the feet or on top of the ankles. And kind of just like a butterfly, I know this kind of sounds silly and looks silly. I just want you to flutter a little bit. So fluttering up, fluttering down, waking up through the hip flexors, through our hips. And just like getting into that butterfly pose. This is so funny that we're actually doing this pose right now. Keep fluttering, because I'm hosting a 5-minute movement challenge on our Instagram, Rooted Retreats. And we're doing it for 2 weeks. And today's pose is butterfly pose. So we hold butterfly pose for 5 minutes and kind of talk about it collectively together. Good, go ahead and relax and release. You're gonna take time. I just want you to extend your legs out nice and long. Of course, utilize your mat. I'm just kind of facing you so you can see what's going on for a second. And I just want you to tap your thighs on top of your mat. Release all that stagnation. Release all that new activation here. Good. Now we're going to set up for a forward fold. Going to give you a couple options. So with this forward fold, we're going to actually bring one heel to our booty. So we'll be resting on our shin, and we'll start with that right side. So shift some weight into your left hip, and then go ahead and bend your right knee. Let your right shin come to the ground beneath you. If this is too much, you can always think more of like a 90-90 bend as well. I just want you in a space where that right hip is pulling back and down. So either right shin on the mat, if that's okay for the knee, or again, you can bring the outer edge blade of, or I'm sorry, the inner edge arch of your right foot on the mat as well, and use that sensation here too. Now with whichever you're choosing, find a breath in, reach up nice and tall through the arms, and then exhale, a little forward fold over your left leg. If you're peeking up here on me, or at me rather, you can see my right hand, not my left hand, because this cute guy. But my right hand, I'm kind of popping up on my fingertips, so with my left hand here too. And with that new added space, I can invite a few pulses up and down here too. And you always have these blocks to help you find some rest here as well. You can bring the blocks, they can frame your extended leg, and you can use that for some added space and support through the chest. Now eventually you find some stillness, hone in on your breath. Maybe you shut down your eyes here. Good, gently bring it back up. Remove the blocks if you had them. Bring your hands behind you, shift some weight into your hands, and then bring your right foot to the mat. So right foot's to the mat, knee's gonna point up towards the sky, and you're leaning back here a little bit. What I want you to do, I simply just want you to drop and open your right knee. Slowly pick it back up, plant that right big toe. Kind of just like opening and closing a window here for 3. For 2. Good. On 1, sit up nice and tall. If you can, I want you to cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Maybe the knees stack. They don't necessarily have to stack. Like my right knee is a little bit off of my left knee, but I do want you to bring the inner thighs together here for a second. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Sit up nice and tall. Find a big breath in. And then as you exhale, we're going to invite a twist into this space. So left hand outside your right knee, and then bring that right hand behind you. Once you make a connection with your right hand to the ground, try to roll your right shoulder away from your ear, and you might even gently encourage the gaze to go up towards the ceiling here as well. You could find a nice stretch for the right side of your neck here. Remember to try to sit up tall, lengthen out your back body, lift up through your chest. Good. Come on back towards center. One more forward fold. We're going to fold over the right knee, the left knee. And of course, even myself, my fold is not as deep as my other fold was that we just did, because we have more in front of us kind of hindering that space here, right? But if anything, I just want you to see if this is helping you find a deeper connection to your hips, to your sit bones. Breath or 2. Good. You're gonna come back up, slowly unwind. We're gonna gently place both feet on your mat, and we're gonna windshield wiper left to right. Now, I do encourage you with these windshield wiper motions that we're currently finding to move just a little bit slower, so don't feel like you have to rush back and forth super fast or anything like that. And oftentimes, even if I'm not cued to go slow, I typically go slower with these windshield wipers. Ooh, I just cracked my lower back, see? Good. Come on back towards center. This time that right leg's gonna extend out nice and long. Should feel really nice to find that extension here too. You might even just roll out the thigh a little bit, the shin, give your leg some love. Then when you're ready, we shift that weight into our right hip. You're either more so on that left shin, or you can bring more so of that 90-degree variation into this as well. And you could do both, or different your sides could look different. So listen to yourself, listen to your knees. I have tender knees too, so I'm very gentle with these spaces. Now find a breath in, sit up nice and tall. And then as you exhale, gently crawl and fold over that extended right leg, either utilizing your fingertips to provide you more space, or we grab our handy dandy blocks. I feel like we collectively need to come up with a name for the blocks, because there's like Paul the Wall. What could the blocks' names be? What about the strap? Sally the Strap. I think they need cooler names. Anyways, hopefully at this point you've just settled in, you found your breath, shut down your eyes. Good. We gently crawl back up, shift some weight into your hands that are placed behind you. Bring your left foot to the mat and just sit here for a second, reassess. And then those same window motions, right? We drop our left knee towards the left, get into that inner thigh of it. Bring it on back towards center, plant your left big toe. And we're here together for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Bring it on back. Nice job. So from here, again, we're gonna bring our left ankle, cross it over your right thigh. Try to sit up tall, and then you might have to scoot your sit bones back here a little bit. Find a nice lift through your chest. Find that length through your spine. Big breath in with me. And then as you exhale, invite that nice juicy twist over towards the left side of your space. With that left knee a little bit higher, it could help you find a deeper grip with your right hand. So you'll bend your right elbow. Let your gaze chase your shoulder behind you. Good. Now when you're ready, bring it back towards center. We fold over both of our right knees, both of your knees, and your extended right leg. What do I always say that also cracks me up? I don't know, just making things plural that shouldn't be plural, like yes, knees, but right knees. Let's just try right knee, you know? Hopefully, maybe, let me try to give you a cue to see if you can feel this. When I find this fold, I quite literally envision my shoulders and my shoulder blades finding more length, like ripping apart, but in like the most juicy way your shoulders could rip apart. Maybe stretch apart is better. But I find that sensation by pushing my fingertips into the mat. So I'm quite literally pushing my sit bones back here a little bit. And then I allow my shoulders to go down, and then I try to breathe intentionally into my shoulder blades. Might shake out your head for the last round or two. Good. Gently come on up. Unwind the legs, plant the feet rather on the mat. And not for a long time, but just again, windshield wipers, see how things feel. I love staying nice and low for a class sometimes, huh? So just quickly for our upper body, we'll do some cat-cows. Then we have pigeon that we'll settle into, and then I'll get us into our savasana here as well. So we'll just do seated cat-cows today. A nice easy seat, crisscross applesauce. Hands come on top of your knees. They are helping you kind of pull and push here, right? So when you find a breath in, gaze up high, arch your back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Nice breath. You find this exhale, you start to straighten your arms, tuck your chin towards your chest, quite literally push yourself back. And you keep that going with your breath. Inhale, gaze high. Exhale, push. 2 more like that. Inhale, gaze high. Exhale, push. Last one, we're going to linger. Inhale, linger. 3, 2, and 1. Start to make it into your cat pose. Tuck your chin towards your chest. 3, 2, and back towards center on 1. Nice job. Give me a big breath in. And let it go. Okay, so if you were in person with me right now and we were doing this class, I would do this. So I'm just going to do it online here too. And we're making perfect time. Pigeon pose. If you love pigeon pose on your belly, go there right now. Do your thing. Find downward facing dog. Step it through. If you prefer and or like pigeon on your back, or you just don't care and want to follow me, I'm going to do it on our back, but I don't want you to feel as though you can't find belly pigeon if that's your preference. So however you're doing this, wherever you're doing it, our right shin's going to be where we focus. So if you're just in a seat, go ahead and bring it on down to your back. Maybe just rest here for a moment. Allow the shoulder blades to find some support. Maybe just find a nice breath, yeah? Now from here, we'll keep our right foot planted. Left ankle comes on top of your right knee. If you're on your belly, that means your left shin's gonna come forward, okay? So if you're finding the back pigeon with me, our back reclined pigeon, you can always hold and float your right knee closer towards your chest. Maybe you interlace your hands on top of your right shin or behind the right thigh. I like to remind everyone, especially if we're on our back, finding this reclined pigeon variation, try to tuck your chin towards your chest here a little bit. Oftentimes we have to we like to gaze up for some reason. We gaze up, our chin's going up nice and high. So we're adding some strain onto our neck that we don't need. So find that neutral neck. And just for a moment or two, flex your left toes back towards your shin. So playing with that dorsiflexion for a minute. This not only helps you kind of protect the knee, but also just bring some activation to a pose that's usually not too active. Good. Go ahead and remove the flex if you had it. Find some rest through your left foot. And at least 3 or 4 more of your deepest breaths. Good. Now gently unwind. Of course, my belly friends, you're just going to switch however you need to, whether it was down dog, whether you just shift weight into your left hip. If you're on your back with me, you might just notice I'm windshield wipering here for a second. And then let's do a quick little legs up the wall too before we switch. Point and flex. This time we'll let the left foot plant, right ankle find your left knee. Take a moment to become familiar with this side, with this sensations, with this feeling. And then if and when you want that left knee to come closer towards your chest, invite it in. Draw the shoulder blades down. Lengthen out your tailbone here. And just for a millisecond with me, flex your right toes back towards your shin. Invite some activation, invite some flexion here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and find that more lackadaisical reclined pigeon pose. A couple more deep breaths. Relax the face, the space in between the brows. Stay here, right now, nowhere else to be. Okay, my friends, on your belly, if you are on your belly, come to your back however you have to get there. My friends on our backs, go ahead and just windshield wiper here for a moment, and then set up for your last pose, our happy baby pose. I'm gonna give us a few variations once you do enter happy baby pose. So of course, your hands can grab the outer edge blades of your feet. You can always just grab right above the ankle or just somewhere on your shins and drive your knees down. If you want to invite some stillness in, maybe you find stillness. And of course, if you want to sway, you can sway left and sway right. And I might suggest straightening whichever leg you're leaning towards. So if you're leaning towards the right, straighten the right leg. If you're leaning towards the left, vice versa. Because that will also get you an added little inner thigh and hamstring stretch if you want it. But if anything, try to enjoy these last few moments of movement within your space. Send some love, send some good intention to the lower half, to the hips that we worked so hard on today. I hesitated to say hard because I'm like, yeah, it's hard work, but like it feels good. We got some good, flowy, juicy lower body hip opener action today, huh? Now, when you're ready, we're gonna set up for savasana together. And I'm gonna actually give you a choice here. So with savasana, it might feel nice with the blocks to bring them on the second setting and then place them directly behind your knee ditches. So I'll scooch up, I'm sure you can see me, but just to make sure. So adding that little elevation for the back of your knees will help you release the lower back a little bit. It might just help you feel more rested, more secure, more spacious in your savasana. And then just kind of let the hands fall where it feels best. Let the feet dangle towards the left, towards the right. And we have our full body scan coming up. So go ahead and find a breath in. And let it go. Now starting with your right foot, your right toes, relax them, release. Let that sensation build. And once that sensation starts to build, let it travel up, touching your right ankle, outlining your right shin, making a circle on your right knee, allowing it to find rest. Nice and steady through your thigh. And then from your right thigh, it travels over towards the left hip. Giving your left hip some love, send it all the way down toward your left thigh, your left knee. Rested through the left ankle, your toes. Breath in, breath out for the lower body. And then bring that same awareness to your torso, through your sides, your fingers, your palms. Unclench your jaw, relax the face. Find one more full breath in with me, big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Now, I totally hope your lower body feels nice and spacious. I hope you feel more open, more aware, more at ease. And I can't thank you enough for spending time with me on my channel and enjoying my class. So let me know how I can help, if I can help. And if you have any suggestions or ideas of other classes you would like to see me do, I'm all ears, always. So hopefully you can enjoy your savasana even for another breath or two longer. And I will see you next week. Peace.